Eric Keller here, Enthusiast Auto Group. Today we're at EAG's HQ yet again with another first look with a set of triplets, E39 M5s all finished in Sterling Grey. These late production cars are all fully sorted and EAG vetted, turnkey, rejuvenated for the next owner. And I wanted to take this opportunity to show you some of the differences between each of these cars and help make that decision-making process a little easier, because they are pretty similar. But, well, they're all available now, and the decision-making process is going to get ever easier as each of these cars do drop off the availability list. The videos we did last week with the Techno and the Le Mans and the black M5, two of those three cars already sold. These videos certainly have been very, very helpful in educating our fellow enthusiasts of what's available, what's coming to market, and, well, why they're available today and maybe not tomorrow. So this is a great opportunity to grab any of these three cars while they are available, and if you're interested, you know what to do. We're going to do a one lap. This is going to be a one take of one takes on all three cars, so forgive me if I stumble through some of this stuff. I'm doing my best job I can, and hope you're enjoying the content and staying safe out there too. So without further ado, let's take this lap around these cars and talk about what makes each of these E39 M5s special and awesome cars, and why EAG put them in our revolving portfolio. In this video, I'm going to attempt to give you as much information as humanly possible, as clearly and concisely as I can. And so we're going to start with the first car up front here. This is CF90480. It's done just a tick under 48,000 miles and is priced at $56,990. The car is sport interior with the Titan interior trim and has most of the factory options, sans the folding rear seats. It is virtually 100% stock car with a set of Dynon aluminum pedals and a great service history binder to go with the car. Very, very happy with this as a first-time visitor. The second car is a repeat visitor. We acquired the car from its second owner out of Texas, the first owner being in Florida. It had 50,000 miles last year. We went through and did the EAG full rejuvenation program and placed the car with a great enthusiast in Pennsylvania. He did add a couple special updates to personalize the car, like the Dynon springs you're seeing a little bit more aggressively stanced, and some interior bits like the piano trim and the EAG perforated tricolor stitched wheel with a ZHP shift knob will come closer in on focus when we go through the interior of that car. It is an extended leather car, 54,000 miles today, about 54,253. It's priced the same at $56,990. The third and final Sterling Grey M5, also an extended or heritage leather interior car, has done just a tick under 68,000 miles. First time EAG visitor, three-owner car that was acquired out of Texas, but it spent all of every waking year from 2019 to back to new in Washington and in Oregon. Again, Pacific Northwest car that does not have any oxidation or rust or undercarriage concerns. Very few cars, if any, that have lived there their whole life in that part of the country will have those type of challenges. Mostly a stock car with some Dynon updates and some technological updates relative to the audio and Bluetooth connectivity that we'll come back to as well. The car is priced at $49,990. If you like the privacy glass that has protected the interior and the leather, we can certainly leave it. If you like the clear look, we can certainly remove it. Those window tints are certainly welcomed when the cars have been in warmer climates, and the interiors certainly have been better preserved in our experience because of it. Coming back to the first car, CF90480, it is on its original wheels still. It's the only of the three cars that does not have refinished wheels nor Michelins. A couple small boo-boos, but I think a lot of that actually is from installing the tires that we'll clean up when we go through and do our final delivery prep. We don't do a huge job on detailing the cars to bring them to market, which you might sound and seem counterintuitive. We want to show the car's honest condition upon its original arrival, so we've got a really good data point of records and photos of the car's original condition. This car did have the gas door rust fix done by EAG, or EAB, our body department, Enthusiast Auto Body. All three of these cars are a little bit on the dirty side, and you'll see our bead line right there that we've been doing here just in the recent times. The cars, though, do have a bit of pollen and dust on them at the moment. The car just had recent tires put on it that are 90+%, so it was hard not to change those. We're a Michelin family overall. The latter two cars are wearing fresh Michelins, but nothing wrong with these Continental Extreme contacts. The 54,000 mile car has the interior updates I referenced earlier with the M-perforated steering wheel. It does have the Euro black piano trim that replaced the wood trim. Certainly a nicer, more contemporary look that a lot of our enthusiasts will pay us to update when we have the car here going through final checks. And very, very nice, just all honest car that does have a little bit of paint work that EAG dug out and redid, as I was not happy with the paintwork that we found on the car, not knowing that it had it when we originally acquired the car, and those are the risks that we take. And I guess we might as well talk about that now. The rear quarter panel did have a little bit of sand scratching and just some area here that I wasn't happy with, as well as the trunk lid and the top of the rear bumper had some checking that was also refinished. And so we dug everything apart. We took the taillight out, we took the trunk all apart and made sure, and it is an original panel with the VIN sticker still on it, albeit the tape has removed some of the face. But we'll go through and make sure that all the seam sealer is original and undisturbed, and we didn't see anything that was out of ordinary and cosmetic to the best of our knowledge. And so we did just refinish the quarter panel, the rear bumper, and the trunk lid. And then the car did have clear bra on the front end, which clear bra is only going to be installed by the guy that wants to prevent stone chips, and typically a sign of a really high quality owner. When pulling that really sticky clear bra off, unfortunately a piece of paint did come up with it, and so we did refinish the hood at that time as well, which you'll notice the lack of any type of stone chips at this point. It'd be a good opportunity now that the paint has cured to go ahead and put clear bra back on. This car is all stock with the exception of the interior and the Dynon springs that we mentioned. And I think a really fantastic car for the mileage, much better, much younger than the 54,000 miles would suggest, hence the $57,000 price point. The 67,000 mile car is wearing refinished wheels, just as the second car here with 54K is, again with Michelin tires that we put on 4,000 miles ago, and a set of fresh PS4s on the new one. These refinished wheels, certainly I'm quite happy with the finished product, and they've stood the test of time now that we've been using this process for quite a while. The interior, again, extended leather with the burlwood trim, which is going to be more of a brown hue as opposed to the rosewood, which is going to be a little bit more reddish. Folding rear seats. The car does have the updated audio system I had mentioned earlier, and that is from head unit all the way to the speakers with Focal and JL Audio, all documented. And we don't buy stuff that often that's going to have that stuff, but this one was done right, down to the USB input and Bluetooth, and I played with it. It's even got a backup camera. That, look how trick this is set up and integrated into the key tumbler for the trunk. It is a little eyeball right there, and I gotta say, that's pretty darn trick. The key tumbler, you'll note on the stock car. If it wasn't up to snuff, I did plan and budget to redo it all, and we certainly could go back to stock if the next owner is just loves the car but not a fan of that stuff. But I think they'd probably technologically be going backwards, and the car is better for it. More in a driver position at that 68,000 mile mark. The car's more usable having that stuff than not. All the body panels on all these cars are original. We did restore the front bumper cover. It had some imperfections I wasn't quite happy with, as well as the gas door on this one too. The rear bumper cover was repainted as noted in the car's service binder that's in the trunk that comes with the car. Gas door, again, you'll notice our little seam line right there, nice and clean and crisp. And you always got to look inside these right here. I mean, don't miss that. It's like I showed you on that Le Mans M5 last week in the other video. It's pretty easy to miss that rust, and it's not the end of the world. It's easy to fix, but it is a barometer of where the car's lived and And even California cars will have a little bit of that rust if they've not had those pockets washed or dried out when the cars have been washed a whole bunch of times. So it's not the end of the world, but it is you know, a little bit of onset on a car where it has not lived in a rusty area is going to be something. But a car that's lived on the East Coast has got a whole bunch of that blowing through. That's a different thing. So you're going to see the different speaker box here. This car certainly does have an updated system, and it does sound a lot better. We're going to go through and tidy up some stuff like the wires right there. But overall, again, if I wasn't happy with it, we'd dig it all back out. The car's not really all that clean yet. It's still, again, more in arrival shape than delivery shape. But certainly going to be a EAG vetted car through and through when we're all done. Again, you'll notice on the gas door on this one too. And this was repaired a little bit earlier when we didn't quite lay that bigger, fatter line of bead down. But every chance we get, we will update and improve these little gas door straps. I always struggle with, do we replace the lid when it doesn't have the strap? And I hate that dang strap because it gets in my way. So if the lid is tight and sealing, I'd rather actually not have the strap, personally speaking. So again, we can always put another gas cap on there if somebody really wants the silly strap. And the gas door on this one, I believe we've also done. You'll see our little signature line there. And again, I cut the thing off there too because I just don't like it. But it's a personal thing. And when you've had as many M5s as we have, you're going to figure out all those little nuances. And most of the guys that have had multiple M5s, frankly, are the ones that are buying our cars today. So a lot of times that they're going to understand what we did and why we did it. And that's, at the end of the day, why they transact and buy their car from EAG. And here's exactly why this car was purchased by EAG. I mean, look at this. They gave us everything, all the original VHS and all the stuff the original owner got, he kept, or she kept. And we've got another big, thick service binder, and again, just flashing through to keep the privacy information. A lot of stuff done at the franchise dealers, Cooney BMW up there in Oregon. That's the difference. I mean, you're going to spend the money that EAG charges for an M5 at some point, whether you do it in your purchase price buying the car from us, or you spend along the way and learning of all of these things that we're talking about and the shortcomings of the M5s and the things that are age related or mileage related. You're going to spend the money. You're going to have it this much into each of these cars if you buy elsewhere. The difference is you can just buy it straight off the menu, turnkey style, ready to go, with EAG to stand behind them and all of the extra benefits that come with buying and owning an EAG car. We're going to stand behind it. We're going to help you along the way throughout your ownership. We're going to do a really great job on the post-sale inspection and vetting process. We're going to, well, buy the car back from you when you're done with it, as our history and track record would suggest. And that's really the cheapest way to own and drive the ultimate performance analog M5 beast of a sedan. I mean, these cars are some of the best driving examples that BMW has ever built, and this engine, this package, this weight, this analog nature with that red thing right there called a dipstick. I mean, it's a fantastic example of just German engineering at its heyday. And I can't get enough driving these cars, and neither can the guys that are buying them, because as I've said many a time in these videos, that most of the guys that are buying them have owned these cars before. And that's just, I think, the ultimate compliment to a car's overall dynamics and desirability, drivability, and they're really kick rear cars, and they certainly put a smile on your face, whether you're driving in a touring manner or a fun backroads manner, or going to date night, and heck, you can take another couple with you with room to spare in the back. It's a really comfortable, versatile, that's the right word, versatile car. So I think that's a good quick one lap around each of these cars. I did want to point out one thing that not a lot of people notice. The sport interior cars with the speckled ostrich pattern interior, they have the vinyl door or a dash and door uppers, and they have a black lock post, whereas the extended and sport interior cars, and there's those Dynon pedal covers I mentioned earlier, are going to have the chrome door posts on the extended cars. The sport interior is a little thicker of a leather. It's a little more heavy duty. The extended leather is going to be a little softer and a bit more on the fragile side. You'll see the edges of these seats are going to typically show a little bit more wear for the mileage, but if they've been conditioned and Lexoled and taken really good care of, you're going to certainly notice the durability. All of the extended and heritage cars, of course, are going to have the vinyl stitch dash, or sorry, the leather stitch dash. And do look from the outside in and look at all of the stitching lines. Can't see really with the reflection there, but you know, look at these corner vents and look at all the close-up stitching by the defrosts. Any of the Southern cars, that stitching has already started to separate and start pulling, and you don't see those photos and other advertisements very clearly, especially if you don't ask for them. And I rarely see them when I'm looking at the 250 photos offered by sellers, and they're doing the best job they can. They just don't know to look for the model-specific shortcomings that we're going to take close-up photos and send to our Rejuve clients when that car, you know, arrives here from Bring a Trailer, like so many of the other E39 M5s have. If you've bought one of these cars recently or have owned it since new, certainly will benefit from going through this program that we've spent the last 2 decades refining, and the finished product and the client's satisfaction level certainly speaks for themselves. Last but not least, the blue M-Coupe there on the end is a fresh arrival that just returned. That's a repeat visitor that came in just this morning, and is an exceptional 1999 S52 car. We've got the EAG Sport Evo, and yeah, I'm giving you a little sneak peek of something I've been holding back. That car in the end is something I'm real proud of. Probably one of the first, if not the first one, legally in the United States. But stay tuned for more on that. That's a big one. That's GT. Oh my. So. Thanks for tuning in to this EAG One Take. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for staying along for the ride. We're going to be doing some more driving videos coming up. We got that Alpina wagon. I know we've not put that out there. The videos are getting better, and I've got better gear, and frankly, I want to do that car justice, and that car is just so special. And we've got the 5th mystery car of the EAG All-Star Collection, along with that 9,000-mile M5 and the wagons. I know I owe all those videos to you guys, and we'll be doing all of them, and certainly want to put my best foot forward and really give these cars the you know, the content creation that they deserve, and appreciate the support allowing us to do this along the way. So again, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe for more, and yeah, see ya. Damn. Which one am I going to drive home? Yeah, that one. Duh.